What's up, my friends? 7-1 MLB run continues today. NBA playoffs tonight as well. We got a lot to discuss. Let's go. All right, check it out. I posted this research betting sheet for MLB on Twitter. If you want me to post this daily and to cover it daily in the YouTube video, do me a huge favor. Like the video and then go over there on my Twitter at DFS and Donuts, like and retweet this bad boy, or at least comment down below and say, yo, I love this. Give me this daily. This is super helpful for all things prize picks, for player props, and for betting. Before we get into some picks, let's go ahead and look at it. So you can look at, it shows the pitcher, shows their handedness, the team, their opponent, how many times they've started, how many innings, average innings pitched, average batters faced, stats that you might want to use for betting, especially things like their strikeouts per nine, walks per nine, hits per nine, swinging strike rate and strikeout percentage. Like, you can do a lot with just right here. And then over here on this side, you can look at the opposing splits for the team based on the pitcher's handedness. So Steven Matz is a left-handed pitcher against the Oakland A's. Oakland, over the last 14 days versus left-handed pitchers, have a 29.2% strikeout rate. So maybe we're looking at Steven Matz strikeout props today, and then we see, okay, Matz this season so far, a 12.9% strikeout rate and only an 8.7% swinging strike rate. Like, these are not good. These are elite. So something's got to bend here, and we got to figure out which side of it. However, there's going to be other matchups where we look at it, we're like, oh, man, look at this. Bryce Miller's swinging strike rate is elite. K percentage is very good, and then the opposing team has had a 27.9% strikeout rate against right-handed pitchers. That's Cincinnati over the last 14 days. So on and so forth. We should be able to find some value off this sheet every single day. Now, when I was browsing this morning, one thing that did pop off was Reed Detmers and his walk. So I went over to Prize Picks. I was like, hey, is he over there? And he was. In fact, he's one of these goblin picks, but I was looking into it. I was like, that doesn't make sense. His odds, I got this at minus 129 this morning. Check this out. So if you have 5 picks in there, it's still a plus 1,000. So I'm not entirely sure why it's labeled a goblin, but the payout is still identical for the 5X, or excuse me, for the 10X when you have a 5 flex. The only time it starts to adjust is right here, is when you have fewer picks, and it's barely any type of negative impact here. 2.75x payout instead of a 3x when you go with a 2-pick entry. A lot of different plays I like as a 2-pick entry today. One of them is going to be Luis Severino. I took the under 6.5 strikeouts this morning. It's been bumped down here on Prize Picks, but I think if you want to play it, I don't mind it. It's a 2.75x play. You can still rock that if you're looking for any type of value on Prize Picks. I think there's better plays out there today, and there's going to be a lot more. Let's be mindful of things. I wanted to bring up one topic real quick because I think he might end up being a game log watcher type play today. It's going to be Brandon Pfaadt out there for Arizona hosting the Chicago Cubs. Now, when you go look at Brandon's starts and his trends and game logs, yeah, it looks amazing taking the under 17.5 outs. It really does. It looks absolutely beautiful. But I want you to be a little mindful of something, and it's actually made me stay away from it today. Over the last 2 games, Arizona has gone 10 innings and 11 innings against the Cubs. And in those 2 games, it wasn't just like they went extra innings and their bullpens weren't that taxed because the starters went deep. No. Merrill Kelly 2 games ago only went 5 innings, and then we had Henry yesterday go 4.1 innings. So they've had their bullpen go 11.9 innings over the last 2 games. I think there's a chance Brandon goes out there and he's just thrown to the wolves. He is just a warm body on the mound who has an arm that can go 90-plus pitches, and they say, hey, Brandon, you went 99 pitches last game. We need you to get to like 105, 108 today. We need 6 full innings. We got to get to the back end of our bullpen to close out the game, and you got to chew some innings. So I think he could be a sacrifice to the Wolves here if Chicago is raking well. And if Chicago's not popping off offensively, I think he's absolutely going to be out there for a long time today. So I think the odds are reflective of that. I think normally this line would be like 16.5 for Brandon, and you get it at like minus 120 to the over, minus 115 or so to the under. Today, it's even odds both sides. It's at 17.5. The trends say slam the under, but I'm telling you, be a little careful with that one. I think the game log watchers might be hammering this one today at some point on Twitter, on YouTube. But you got to think through this stuff a little bit. Stats matter, trends matter. Absolutely. I don't want to ignore them for MLB. But I think everything has to have some context behind it. and I'm a little weary of that line. Sliding over to MLB today, listen, they've got the new Stars plays. You can see how many people are on different plays. I'm a little nervous about this one. I think it could be extremely low scoring, in which case some of these lines are inflated. You could probably get 38, 40 minutes out of some of these players, and we still might hit the over. I think it's going to be a grindhouse of a game between the Bulls and Atlanta. I'm not entirely sure I even want to touch it for betting purposes. Joel Embiid, listen, a lot of people talking about his unders today. I'm a little weary of taking unders for Joel Embiid. I think it's going to be, you're going to get 40-plus minutes from Joel Embiid. I understand that he faced Miami and he's done poorly against them in the playoffs before. I understand that he has been smashing the under by almost 10 PRA in their matchups. But I'm sorry. It's literally like, hey, I'm either going to take an Embiid points over, or I'm probably just going to not touch his plays. Honestly, I just don't feel comfortable going unders. One play I'm semi-interested in is going to be Dejounte Murray tonight and taking a look at the unders. I think anything, we might get, 30 shots out of Trae Young. Just goes up there in YMCA mode, in which case I think Dejounte Murray is going to be struggling. Listen, we've seen him struggle against Chicago Bulls for 2 years now as an Atlanta Hawk, and he has gone under in every single game, never scoring more than 20. If you look back to last season specifically, I mean, it's been brutal. I mean, I'm talking 17 or fewer in 5 of the 6. He's played a ton of minutes in virtually every single game. Just gets absolutely locked down. It's not the matchup for him. I think maybe the only thing that saves him tonight is the fact that his three-point prop is juiced to the over at 2.5. He's been shooting a heck of a lot more of those, and the Bulls actually give up the second most threes per game in the NBA this year. But I'm looking at Dejounte Murray, heavy lean today as under 23.5 points. Not sure if I can go official yet. I'm going to look into it a little bit more. I got to look at the odds. Haven't even taken a peek at those this morning for NBA. Really been focusing on MLB. I already posted 3 bets inside Discord for everybody on an absolute heater right now for MLB as well. 30-9 on the season. It has just been absolutely delicious. I love MLB. I absolutely dominate it. I'm going to show you a little photo here so you guys can see how it's been going. Yesterday's recap, it's just been fantastic. Should already be up there on the screen. You can see it, 271 and 153. That's the 2024 betting. I mean, that's how good it's been. 63% win rate plus 82.22 units. 76 and 34 run, 30 and 9 MLB. 7 official days of MLB. Profit in all 7. Can't make it up, my friends. It's been fun recapping these on Twitter, fun recapping on YouTube. Hopefully today's video was helpful. And again, if you want this daily, please, by all means, come over here, bookmark this bad boy, like this bad boy, retweet it, comment, do what you got to do on Twitter. And if you really, truly need a little extra help inside Discord, of course, inside Dub Club, you end up getting 15 plus channels, betting models, cheat sheets, picks, slips for virtually every single pick'em platform is covered. And of course, you get all my player props and bets personally inside Dub Club as well. I'll see you on the inside, my friends. Very, very affordable for 30 days. $14.99 if you want to give it a try. No matter what, I wish you the best of luck today. I hope you win some money. Go ahead and get yourself paid. And I'll see you on the inside, my friends. Have yourself a wonderful day.